Hey, it's Martha. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Today, I'm just going to hang out, or maybe you're going to hang out with me. I have a lot of things that I want to get done today that are more fun. It is December 27th when I'm recording this. And yesterday, I was writing down, like, what are some things that I want to do today, which is get into my planners. So I have a 2025 planner. I have a notebook that I want to start for tracking my books. And I mean, I've always loved planners and I've always had a planner. I started bullet journaling in 2015 and have really never looked back. Although at the end of this year, 2024, I did get a digital, like a remarkable notebook, which is, in fact, I'll show it. I'll show it to you in this video, but that's more for work. I find it easier because I can tag things, I can tag people, I can tag notes, and I can quickly find them in a very thin digital notebook. It's lighter than an iPad. I tried bringing the iPad, but I'm like, no, that's my personal iPad. I don't want to use that for work. So I got a Remarkable, and it fits in my bag with my laptop, and then I don't have to worry about my notebook. Although I'm a pen and paper girl, so I don't know if I'm going to love it. I think if I just keep it for work, I will love it. I'll show it to you because it writes like you're writing on paper. So that is the reason that I think I have been able to stick with it for the past month. But I do want to keep a memory planner for personal life. So like personal things I want to get done. Same with maybe documenting YouTube content that I want to do or ideas that I get, and keep it as a memory keeping. It's my way of sliding back into maybe scrapbooking, but not in a traditional sense at all, more in just a memory keeping kind of way. So that's what I want to do today. I'm going to start a new book and just relax. It's going to be kind of a chill day. So I have my cup of coffee. I put eggnog in here, and I'm eating banana chocolate chip bread that I made the other day. I had 3 bananas. What do you do when you have 3 ripe bananas? You make banana bread. So it's almost gone, but there's my banana chocolate chip. So anyway, if you're interested in just hanging out with me, then stick around. So this morning I finished a book. This is Catherine Sender, The Bodyguard. This is from 2022, July of 2022, Book of the Month. My goal this year is to catch up on reading a lot of the Book of the Months that I have. I also did a list in just a notebook of some books that I know I want to read in 2025 that are coming out in 2025 that I'm looking forward to, or I feel like there's a lot of buzz. So that I'm excited about that. But I'm going to start a new book now that I finished that one. And then the other thing that I'm doing a lot of, so I have them down here, and I'll talk about this in my monthly video since not everyone watches these vlogs, but these are my Sony headphones. Another thing that I'm going to do is wear these around the house when I'm just walking around doing chores and things like that, and be able to listen to my audiobooks and my podcasts that I like to do. And I think even if because right now I'm not really wearing headphones around, and so it's more like I sit and listen, or sometimes I do put my headphones on if I know I'm going to cook or I'm going to wash some dishes and do some chores, but it's not consistent. But I think with leaving these, like literally wearing them all the time, I can get 5 minutes in here, 10 minutes in here, another 5 minutes there. And then, all of a sudden I've read for 20 minutes that day or listened to a book for 20 minutes that day. So I've done really well this year by rebalancing my life, which my word of the year was balance. So I read, as of right now, 55 books. I hope that by December 31st, I will be at 56 books. So that was really good. Like I went back to like my normal, my kind of what I was doing before YouTube as far as reading. So that's super exciting. But I've just, again, balance has been my word. So I don't think you could see my table here. I have my Nintendo Switch. So I got a game for my birthday and I've been playing that every night. And just getting back into watching planner videos because this is the time of year, like I said, I'm going to start a new planner and get that all ready. And it's just, it's kind of like what I like to do at the end of the year. I like to think about, I get all excited. I think we all do about a new year. I love, why is it that way, right? Why is it that it's just a calendar month? It's like, why don't I get this excited in September? But in January, I feel like it's like all my aspirations, like all my dreams of what I want that year to be. I want to plan for it. I want to figure out how I'm going to do it. And I think why I always fail is because I think of things I want to do, but I never really plan out how I'm going to do them. And I have found that the things that stick with me are definitely things that are somehow I've incorporated that into a routine. When I was meditating every morning, I woke up earlier to meditate, right? When I was doing my push ups every morning or yoga every morning, I woke up earlier to do that. So I need to really not talk about what I want to do. I mean, that's part of it, but really how am I going to get that done? Another thing that I want to get back into that I was doing 2 years ago was I forgot. I don't remember her name or the Instagram, unfortunately, but I was buying her journals and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous journals. And what she does as her way of planning her day is actually like visualizing what the day is going to be like. Like, I'm going to wake up at this time. When I wake up, it's journaling it all. So I did that yesterday. And so far, I'm mentally on task with what I thought. I mean, some things, of course, I didn't plan for because you can't plan for everything. That's just not the way life is. But I did kind of visualize what I wanted today to be. And it was, if I'm in the mood, I'll get the camera out and vlog and I'll put my journals together. I'll start on my book tracker for 2025. Like, those are the things that I wanted to do. I was going to have breakfast at 10. I didn't get around to having breakfast at all. It's 11:53, but some things changed, right? I got a bunch of work stuff that I had to get done, but I did talk about reading in the morning and finishing this book. I did mention that I want to start a new book. I did say, all these, and not overfill it, because that's the other thing I know, that a lot of times I think things are going to take a lot less than they actually do, because when interruptions happen, things come up, things you forgot about and didn't plan for, so keeping it simple, like try not to do more than like 3 things, like big things that I want to do. And then I have like another list of things of like backups, backup things. Like, if I get all those stuff done and I still have time and I'm in the mood, here's some other things I can do. But I do like visualizing like what I'm going to do in the morning, not hour by hour, but in the morning, this will get done. In the afternoon, this will get done. And then in the evening, this is what I want to eat for dinner or plan to cook or something like that. And so I have found writing it out really helps. And that is why I'm a pen and paper girl. The best way for me to retain anything in my head is to write it out. I was actually a pretty good student, like A's, mostly A's, maybe 1 or 2 B's. And how I got through school, because I don't think I've ever had it like a great memory, was if I write it. If I write it, it sticks in my head. So when I would take notes, I would copy things out of the textbook and rewrite them on my notebook. And that is the stuff that's stuck in my head. So that is why I am a pen and paper girl. And I will show you my Remarkable, because it is writing. It's still writing. It's not typing in a notepad or texting something on my phone. That's not the same as actually writing it down. So I'll show you my Remarkable and we'll get to my planner after I finish my coffee. I kind of like it with the eggnog. It's a little different, but I love eggnog. I hope the light in here is okay, because it's a little cloudy and rainy today. But this is my Remarkable. I got this for work. This is a leather cover that you have to get separately, but it's a paper tablet. But it's very thin, so actually it's all magnetic. So this is the actual tablet itself, and it does not weigh much at all. You do have to buy things separately, like this pencil. The stylus that works for the Apple iPad does not work for this, of course not. But I did get this, and this is the new one that has color as well. But I wanted to give this a try. And so here is, I had this open already. I'm going to just set this back down. Yeah, I think it's hooked in there. And so what I love about this is, that's just a planner I got. Well, there we go. So I have my different folders. I have my quick sheets. I also have like a daily planner. I haven't been using this. I've just been playing around with it, but let's just open this notebook. It's a blank notebook, and I can pick the pen that I want. So if I want a ballpoint pen or a fine liner or a highlighter, and then I can pick the colors, yellow, blue. So let's do yellow. Let's see. So there's the yellow. And then let's pick pink, and I can do pink. And, you know, so it's kind of fun. And then green. So if I want to highlight things in different colors or put little circles in different colors, it'll do that. So that's the green. And then same thing with the pens, different colors pens. So you can have different colors. You can even do white. You can do black. There's a pencil, mechanical pencil. I have to see what is the difference between the two. Calligraphy pen. So if I did want to do, you know, little that's terribly messy. But if I wanted to use like a calligraphy pen, I could do that. So that's kind of fun. I'm not really good at calligraphy, but that is how that would work. Let's see. There, that's a little better. And then you can erase it. There's an eraser, and you can erase things. But this isn't to show you the whole remarkable. This is just to basically just show you this pad, and it writes like a pen. And there is a way to erase the whole thing. Erase all. There we go. It writes like a pen. I can also change it to text. So I can write something in pen and then change it to look like text writing, like font. I can move things around. So if I'm writing really big and I want to, you know, change the space of something, I can do that. So let me just show you here. Like if I were to, okay, got that. Let's just say, although today is not Monday, but let's just say I'm like, oh, you know, that's really big. I don't really want it that big. I could just do that. And then I could cut it and copy it on another paper. I can shrink it down like that if I wanted to make it smaller. I can move it around. So that's kind of fun. And I like doing that. And then you can go backwards, like, you know, remove, you know, go back. But my feature and why I like this is for tags. So I can put tags on here on whatever note I'm writing. And then later on, I can just say, hey, I want to find all my notes on Mary or something like that. You can change it to landscape, and there's different settings. So I'm getting used to doing this for, like I said, for work. This would be my notes. Everything's in here, and I don't have to worry about it. And I also have like a digital planner. And what I'm trying to do here is, because I like having this as my schedule. And then what I can do is just add a page right after this. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Add a page right after a new note page. And then right after my daily, I can do a note page, and then also, you know, tag it with whatever that note is about. So this is what I'm using for work. But let's talk about what I was using earlier this year. This is my Sterling, which one is Sterling Common? It's the Common Planner, A5 size. And I was using this kind of like a bullet journal, although I wasn't that great about using the, using the monthly pages until later on. when I kind of got a sticker club from Hubman and Chub Girl, I think it is. This is January of this year. And then there's the weeklies. So I have that, but again, kind of didn't do that every day. But then I started to again, like in October, and doing my weekly spreads about like what was happening and all that stuff. So that's when I started getting into my weeklies much more. And then I added these tabs that I bought from Planner Perfect. I think I got these. Now, look, this is what happens every year. Last year, I did a vlog of me setting this reading log thing. I think I got a digital copy because instead of writing it, and then I just used washi tape and I pasted it on here, and I was going to put all the names of all the different books that I read this year, and didn't do that. So I think I'll just, I don't know. Since this is taped, I might just take it out of here and add it in 2025's. But then I started writing the books that I read and didn't finish. But I use it as like a bullet journal, right? Here's like my task to do, some notes and things like that, and just started tracking stuff like that. So I was using this very much like a bullet journal because in the Common Planner, her pages in the back, there's like 200 pages. They're not dated. They're just, so I can just use it as like notes. And I created, that's why there's blank pages. I created collections just like you would in a bullet journal. So that's what I did in my Sterling Commonplace. It's very similar to Hobonichi. I wanted to try it last year and I really do like it. And I think I might go back to that one, but then I went back to Hobonichi Cousins. I decided I wanted a Hobonichi again. So this is a 2025 one. And this is a little different. It's got a harder backing, whereas the other Hobonichis are paper. But I just like the little fox in the moonlight and the water. I just thought this was so cute. So I ended up getting this one that is a harder cover. So I don't have to use this, and I'm not going to. I'm going to just keep it like this without the cover. And this is my Hobonichi. So I haven't done anything in it yet. It's blank, but I do have, like I said, my little planner stuff. I ended up while I was watching Chris from Dazzling Scents with Chris. She did an unboxing of a company called Simply Gilded. And I was like, oh, that is so beautiful. And so I started this club and ended my Hubman and Chub Girl. This is from Book of the Month. So I've just kind of been putting stickers. So I have trackers from Hubman and Chub Girl, and it's really cute too. Very different clubs. Like this is very cutesy type of, stickers and stuff. I love this. And I haven't really used them all, right? The capybaras. And so I have that. They did one, look at that. There was one about bookworm. So that was November, I think was their club for November. And then I get stuff from Etsy as well. So this is from paperbits.co, but I love Coffee Monsters. And I use a lot of these stickers in my weekly spreads. So my weekly spreads that I flipped through a few moments ago, you'll see these stickers in there. So I love that from Coffee Monsters. But yeah, I've got like lots of little planning stickers in here. So I will be using these in my Hobonichi. But that's the Hubman and Chub Girl one. And then I got little notes and more. I love that they put, like, if you buy a certain amount, they put it in little booklets for you. So that is the one planner club. But I stopped it, but I might get more things. I just don't need a club of it. I think I'll just buy stickers from them every once in a while. And then this is the Simply Gilded. So I'm not doing a haul necessarily, but here is lots of washi tape. There's a pen that came in here and stickers. So I'm going to decorate my January with Simply Gilded. and do that. Because I did get the Chubman, am I saying it right? Hubman and Chub Girl Kit Club for January, but they're not necessarily specific to January. Let me go grab that one and show you what that looks like. What I do like about the Hubman and Chub Girl is they come in these, their kits come in this thing here, and I could put it in a binder. So that's cute. So there's a ton of stickers. This is the Hobonichi planner one, but see, this isn't necessarily like January specific. These are daily reminders, and I could probably use this throughout my journaling. So I could still use this, but I think I'm going to use this one for January. And what I'll use these for is like stickers in my dailies, like in the daily section of my Hobonichi, but really pretty. I just love the purple, and it's very classy, I think, and sophisticated with the metallic. So this is the card. I think it's called Lavender Dreams is this theme for this month. And I've got a bunch of stuff on my sweater. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bore you with doing it on camera, but you can see here that I've got my monthlies. So I'll have my monthlies that I can decorate. This is very thin paper. It's called Tomo River paper. And so this goes underneath the page that you're writing so that the pages don't get these indentations from your pen. So that's what this is there. But then I will use my monthlies and then my weeklies like I did in the other planner that I just showed. And I could do like my to-dos for the week. And things in there. And then the Hobonichi has dailies. So these are actually labeled by the day. And so my goal here is to keep this more of a memory keeping type of thing, or like a diary. And then I could do like my to-dos. And this is, again, more of a personal rather than work. And then I could maybe jot some things here. Maybe, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I think I'm going to use this as a to-do. Up here, I can do like a prompt or just use it for writing. I do want to stick like little photos in here and stickers and things like that. What I didn't think about and kind of note to self for next year is, as much as I like this binder, because I do like the look that it's more like a hardcover book, I feel like sticking a lot of photos in here and things like that is going to make this super chunky, which is fine. But when you chunk out, like when it's all paper, let me take this out since it's, well, let's see here. When it's like all paper, I'm going to mess this thing up, aren't I? Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. But when it's all paper, I feel like it's easier to chunk out. And what I want to do for next year is get a paper one like this, like a soft cover. And I'm going to take it out. I mean, I could still do that here, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Because I got that. But what I want to do is like tear it out, like tear their pages out and basically unbind it and then stick it in like a ring binder. And that way I can put like thank you notes in there, photos, knickknacks that, I collect, like even these things throughout the year, and maybe, and it'll be in a ring binder, and that could get nice and fat and not be confined to the book itself. So anyway, those are some thoughts. That's what I want to do in here. And I'll do that. And then this here is a journal. Haven't decided what I'm doing with this one yet. I have a different journal that I'll show you that I got from a bookstore, but this is from Amazon, and I don't know how to say it. It's SEQES if you look for it. This journal is very similar to the Olive and Archer journals. I just opened this, like I just ripped off the plastic. So it came with these little, looks like headphones and paper clips, and then a little ruler. So they give you a lot of stuff. It's cheaper than in Archer and Olive, but very similar in thickness. So let's pull this out since I haven't done that. So it comes with some stickers already. So more stickers, yay. And then this one isn't opened yet, and I don't think I have anything to open it with. So I'll be right back. So in the past, these were the ones that I bought for my bullet journals. I have lots of them around, but I love that this is thick paper. This is super thick. It's like 100, you get 160 GCN. It's a dot journal. It looks like a fox there. And so they're very similar to the Archer and Olive. This one has a like the silver on the side of it, in case the book is lost. And then it's just dotted paper. So haven't decided what I'm going to use this for. I'm not sure. Originally, I thought I would do this one as my memory keeper book, where I could, more like a doodle book, like where I could just be creative and stamp things and do things, because this paper is so thick that you could use watercolor, you can stamp on it, and it's not going to ghost through. So haven't decided what I'm going to do with this one, but I love collecting notebooks. I have a problem of collecting things, and yeah, so I had an idea, but it's not coming to me right now. So anyway, that's another notebook that I have, and I'm not going to worry about that. I will go get my little book that I'm going to use for my book reviews. Okay, I went and got my this book. I just took it out of the wrapping, so I've never opened it, but this is a book or a journal I got from a bookstore in Boulder, Colorado when I was it's just so cute. The capybaras just look at that little bird on there. I just love these things, little critters. I love critters, woodland critters, all those kinds of things. But what I didn't really notice until now was that these are lined pages. Maybe I did, and I just didn't think about it recently, because I bought this back in, this is like in the summertime, I want to say, or early summer. And they're lined pages, and I'm not going to like that for a book review journal, because these are really thick lines, and I feel like I wouldn't really be able to, I mean, I could, I'm just not loving it for the idea of a book journal. So instead, I think this will be my I just have it for notes. I was thinking of doing like a wax journal, but I don't think I would honestly keep up with that since I have my spreadsheet. I should avoid doing duplication of work. I do have a little notepad though, where I do jot some stuff down, like throw and stuff. And I just started doing that this week. Just if I'm not around the computer, I have like a little notebook and I can put like how many ounces, just, again, it takes me 2 seconds, but this I think I'm going to use as just a notebook for random stuff around the house. Like for example, I watch YouTube videos, and if there's a haul maybe of a vendor of some scents, someone who has the same scent preferences as I do, then I could just jot down stuff, pre-order lists of things that I want to order. I could jot stuff down. This could just be like just a notebook of randomness. And I think that would be a good use of it. I am planning on getting the quarterly kit from Archer and Olive, I think, because I saw some unboxings and I was really, really tempted by that. And they do give you notebooks and things like that. So I'm just a sucker for notebooks. And then this one will be my book journal. So now I do know what I'm using this for. This will be my book journal. I like the dotted grid much better. It's also smaller. I can write smaller. I can put a picture of the book, the stars, the author, if I read it in like an audio or read it physical book or digital. I have little stamps of all that stuff, so I can stamp things and then just put my thoughts, a synopsis, and then like my thoughts of the book. I think that would be fun to do. Now, again, all of this stuff sounds really fun when I'm off of work and I have time. I don't have anything going on today. It all sounds like I have time to do all of this stuff every day. I know the reality looks more like this, where I skipped weeks where I just, didn't have time to fill stuff out, where I have blank months and things like that. And then weeks where I'm much better about it. So That's just the way, that's just life. Life is like that. And so my hope is to just find time to incorporate this stuff. And, like this stuff I can do on the weekends. Like I do have time on the weekends. Like, so I'll just have to do like plan out how I want to make sure I get this stuff done if it feels good. Like, by the time March comes around, I might just say, this is taking too long. I don't look at it. It's not worth it. So December 27th Martha is a different Martha than maybe February 2nd, right? And so we'll see how it goes. But I love planners. I love paper. I love pens. I have them down here, collecting these fountain pens. I got into fountain pens, and so I want to use them. So I have different color fountain pens and different, I think I just love fountain pens and stuff. So I've been collecting. These are just 2 of them. I think I have like 5. And they're different from like cheapies like these to more expensive ones like this. And then I got I think it's 18 karat gold tip one. That is a softer tip. So I have all different price ranges of fountain pens, but I love it. And this one needs more ink. So anyway, I do love pen and paper and even just writing and journaling and stuff like that. So that's the hope for 2025. We'll see where we go. In the meantime, I will enjoy putting my Hobonichi together and using some washi tape, some PET tape. This is beautiful. So I will show you at the end of this video what my spread looks like in January. Okay, so I did something weird with my camera settings and got really close up to my planner, so you can't really see the top of it or anything. But I just added some stickers from the PET tape and some stuff from the collection. And I used the daily numbers to put the numbers on that, on the January spread. I did make an indentation there that I pointed out on my planner, but you know what? Oh well, it's not perfect, but it didn't go through, and you could see the top there. Not perfect because the days of the week were a little wider than the column. The stickers were a little wider than the column, so I had to cut them down a little bit, but I'll get the gist of it for next month, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to have more fun really with the weeklies than I do on the monthly page, but that's the monthly page and just a little bit of what I did today. All right, so at my desk here, and yeah, I got a little, there's a little mess everywhere, but that's okay. This is my day to relax, not to do stuff, but I'm at my computer here, and I have a new book tracker. So you can get this book tracker. I love it, but again, I love spreadsheets. I'm going to show you here on the screen what my book tracker is like, and I'll show you the 2025 one so you can see that. So let's start recording here. All right, so this is my 2024 reading log. If you are a Patreon, and I want to say it's $5 a month of currently reading podcasts, it's Katie and Meredith. Katie puts together this spreadsheet, which is amazing. But I like this kind of stuff, and she's geeky like this as well. But it'll tell you I've read 55. I've got one more that I'm not done with. I didn't put the start date. I know I started this. I want to say I started this on Christmas Eve. So I will hopefully have December 31st in there and have 56 books read. But yeah, I jot down all the books I've read. What I love about this is it has stats. So it has the 55 books I read so far, how many I DNF'd, it's got all kinds of stats. I don't look at all of these stats, but it self-populates. This is automatic. I don't have to do anything. This is all populated off of what I put in the reading log. And then there's charts and how many pages I read. This is, like I said, if you love geeking out on this kind of stuff, this is for you. So you can get it now by becoming a Patreon member. And this is the new one. So this is for 2025. I've downloaded the new one, made a copy of it. I've inserted some information for myself, and then it's blank right now. It's so nice to have blank pages. Like this is all blank, but it's pretty much the same as this one, but I'll show you the one that's filled out. So then I have this list. This is where I keep my TBR. This is like as I listen to podcasts, which I do a lot of, I would just start writing the name of it, how enthusiastic I was about reading it, whether I owned it or not, how I was going to get it, who recommended it. And the reason all of that is important is because then you start to see like, oh, Tina and I are like, we like reading the same thing, or Meredith and I like reading the same thing. So things like that. And then if you want, you can do a seasonal one. I think I cleared everything out, but you can say like, hey, in December or in the winter, I want to read, these are like books that I want to read. I just cleared it out, but it comes from in here, like what month and season you want to read it and stuff. So a lot of this is self-populated. Like I don't have to do anything on this spreadsheet. It comes from this spreadsheet. So same thing with DNFs, it automatically populates. So she is a spreadsheet whiz like I am not, and I am all for it. It tracks, again, I haven't filled anything in these tabs. This is auto-populated based on my reading log or my TBR list. And so this is a series tracker. I don't even know what some of these, I haven't done any slow but steadies. And then you can even see like if you're twins with people, like what you liked, disliked. I don't look at that one too much. They do an indie press list and it'll let me know if I've read any of these books. I don't recall if I read, I don't think I did, even from 2023. I mean, it keeps track of stuff for years and years and years. And then my monthly focused, I don't remember where this came from. I think this was auto-populated as well. This is if you like to focus on different things like, building new habits. So I don't really do that. And then my monthly snapshot is another way of looking at it. If you want to keep track of how much money you're spending or how much you read. So my biggest month was October, and then there's my previous year, 2023, and things like that. So lots of cool stuff in here. But all I really have to touch is two things. It's, getting started. I do that at the beginning of the year. I start adding books in here, and then the stats and charts, and all of that is automatically taken care of, which is amazing. So I really love this spreadsheet. It's got drop down, so I can easily just decide that was a DNF. So, but I can track, how long it auto-populates a lot. I just enter the book, the author, the publisher. And the reason the publisher is good to know and why I like having this information is if I go to stats, it will tell me like what publishers I tend to like a lot of. And then how, based on the average star. So I only read one book from Harper, but it was a 5-star book. And then I can see like green. So a lot of these, I only read one, but like, let's say Berkeley, I read 6 books from this publisher and my average rating was 3.8. So it wasn't that great. Atria though, or Atria, I've read 4 books and my average was 4.3. So this publisher tends to publish books I like. That is one way of looking at it, but St. Martin's Press is another one where I read 6 books from St. Martin's Press and the average was 4.0. So everything else is kind of like, but Pamela Dorman was pretty good, Red Tower books. So when there's but you can kind of see after a while, you'll start to recognize publishers and you're like, okay, I tend to do really well with those publishers. So that's kind of fun. So this sheet is a lot of fun, but I'm excited to start filling out my TBR. What I'm going to do here is take the books that I didn't finish this year that I wanted to read, and then really think about, do I want to carry this over into 2025 or just forget about it? I do have this book and I do want to read it. It's a book of the month, so I will be bringing this over to 2025. Same with this one. These I can tell by my enthusiasm meter that I do want to read these and carry them over. One was recommended from Meredith. And then it also, I fill in the average Goodreads or StoryGraph rating. I get it from Goodreads. And then it's a highly rated book. So I do want to carry these over, but there could be one like, I don't know. I'm trying to think here. Like Hello Beautiful, so many people love that book, but I'm just not really feeling it. So I might not carry it over. My enthusiasm meter is 3, even though this was like a best book in like 2023 for a lot of people that I follow. Same with this one, Cold Blooded Liar. I don't know. It did get a super high rating. Meredith and I tend to have similarities in common, but I want to be better about writing why I want to read some of these. But yeah, I think a lot of these I will carry over, especially these here at the end, because there's not too many that I didn't read actually. There's a couple in here. So anyway, I'll take some of those and then get to that. But in the meantime, let me stick my glasses back on. Books in 2025 that I do want to read is The Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. It comes out in January. Then in March, there's Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. These I got from the Goodreads, and they just sounded good. But I need to go back and take notes as to why these sound good, because now I'm like, I don't even know what these are about. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books that are coming out in 2025 that I do want to read because for some reason they sounded good. But like in January, Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney comes out. I do like her books, and I actually own that book already. It came out early for a book of the month, and that was my book of the month pick in December. So even though it's not released to the general public until January, I already have that book. So I know I want to read that. So I'm going to start off with this and add it to my TBR along with these that I still want to read. And some I may just decide not to stick on there. And then my goal is to read 50 books. I read 56 this year. I'm hoping to hit that easily or even more, but we'll see. And as I was doing my planner over there at the table, I had my headphones on, and I was, I can listen to the book while I'm just adding stickers. It's like I don't need a lot of brain, a lot of my brain to be able to put stickers by numbers. So that's like something I can do while I'm listening to a book. That it's like you're on autopilot. You're not really thinking about it. So I am trying to do more of that throughout the day. So that's the plan for today. I think this is all I'm going to record for today. And then tomorrow I want to do my What I've Been Warming video, and I'm going to pull out some wax for January. I'm not going to need much, but I think I'm going to pull out some hotel scents and maybe something from the Candle Nurse, since I haven't really warmed her wax too much. And I think she's coming out with hotel scents in January, I think. So that would be what I'm interested in. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today, Friday, December 27th.